I left out about like 5 years of eating dicks, bombing. Like, I bombed. There's some people, if you ask them, like, hey, what you do about business? That motherfucker ain't funny. And they'll tell you that. But then, even they see me now, it's a different story. But I bombed horribly. You know, the growing pains, because when you first start doing comedy, you're thinking, what's funny? You think of shit. You sit in the room and you're like, fuck, I can think of something funny. No. You become a comedian when you're able to talk about your life and what happens in it. And then it becomes funny to other people who can relate. Relativity is the point of comedy versus thinking of a punchline or something that could be like, this is funny.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Breaking and Entering, a show where we talk to industry professionals about their career and their journey. I'm your host, Trymaine, and today we have a very special guest. He's a stand-up comic, actor, writer, producer. I mean, the guy wears many, many hats in this industry, and I'm sure you've seen him. Billy Sorrells.
Hey, I mean, I appreciate that introduction. I almost forgot who you was talking. That it was talking about me. I was like, oh shit, who is this? Who is this they bringing on today? You know? Yeah, this guy sounds like he's doing something with his life.
Let's get into it. So, man, where you from?
Originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay. I lived there till I was 10, and then my mom took a job, and my whole family, me, my dad, and my two sisters, we all moved to Houston. Okay. My father was a high school football coach and administrator. My grandfather was a high school football coach and administrator. My whole family's come from a line of education. So we moved to Houston, left our real family, and kind of just started over. And Houston became basically my home. I started doing comedy at Texas Southern University, and I started hanging out at this comedy club because the drinks was cheap. My homeboy Ali Sadiq was the host there. And so I was going there getting drunk with a group of girls every week. Mm-hmm. And then one week they was like, hey, you should go up there on amateur night. I went up on amateur night, was drunk. I did a bunch of dick jokes, talked about how I was having sex. And Ali was like, oh, so you think you funny? That ain't comedy. That's buffoonery. You're being a buffoon. You want to learn what real comedy is, to be a real comedian. Meet me in my office tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. I'll go over there, and he makes me walk in this room. Room probably not no bigger than this room we in right now. Mm-hmm. He makes me walk in and out the room again. He says, say something. And I just kept saying shit. He was like, that's not funny. Go back out, start again. Oh, wow. So we did that for like an hour. And then he realized, he said, that's what you were doing last night. You weren't prepared. Oh, wow. Comedians are prepared. Comedians are people who immerse themselves in studying this craft. Mm-hmm. I can walk out the door and walk in and say something funny because I have something prepared every time. And even when I'm unprepared, I'm prepared because I've prepared so much in the past that I prepare myself for situations that are the unknown moments. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you, what was the moment you knew this is going to work out for you?
Oh, I'm going to tell you, I know exactly what the moment was. Okay. The moment was 2007. I went on a road trip to perform at Grambling, and I got laid by one of the baddest women on Grambling's campus, and it was all because she saw my video. That was the start of this. I did a video on YouTube. She was like, I love your video. And it was like one of those things, like having a viral presence at that point. Twitter wasn't really out yet. So it was kind of like MySpace was in the area, but nobody black was getting that type of attention. So I'm walking on Grambling's campus, and the girl walks up to me. She's like, you're that dude from the video. My homeboy figured out, he thought something bad was gonna happen. I was like, no, this happens all the time. This happens all the time. Yes, it is me. I am who you think I am. And man, I went back to her place, she made some food, and I got laid. And I told my homeboy about it the next day, and he couldn't believe it. Uh-huh. And he kept asking me about it. So what happened? I was like, I got laid. What else did you want to know? I mean, did you know her? I was like, no. Well, how did she know? She saw my video. Mm-hmm. You should make more videos. This is for me. Uh-huh. I've waited my whole life for this. I started doing videos. 2011, I did a video, Shit Black Girls Say, went viral, had write-ups in USA Today, New York Times, did a lot of interviews, and I moved to LA and was just like, okay, this is the time to chase it. With the video that I did, I played a female character, which was a character. Mm-hmm. I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm nothing against people who cross-dress. That's your thing. I've actually gotten laid in the woman's outfit with heels on. It was great. I mean, every time I put the wig on, something sexual happened between me and a woman. And I had these very conscious, overly conscious people who would message me and post on my Facebook and tell me in person, and, yeah, I just want to let you know that, man, you putting that dress on and that wig on, it's destroying the black community and what the black man is, you destroying our homes and you pushing the family further apart. So these drugs and cocaine and crack that you selling and you motherfuckers killing each other, that's not fucking up nothing. But me putting this dress on and being funny is keeping you away from your kids. You know what? You right. I'm tripping. And it was weird. So I knew that wasn't the only thing that I could do that was my talent base. So I kind of just shied away from that character and just rebirthed myself, recreated, and re-immersed in myself what it was that got me there. Me being a stand-up, me being a writer, me being a performer. And I focused on it.
What does it take to make it in LA?
Think about coming to LA to make it is you have to be willing to sacrifice everything to get to what you're going for. And it's hard to do that if you don't know exactly what you want. In order to make it, you have to be able to have self-sacrifice, self-discipline. You got to be committed to your process regardless of the outcome. LA is going to try you. You got to know before you get off the bus, off the plane, why you are here. Because you are going to face things and you have to know what your end goal is. A lot of people come here like, oh, I want to be in entertainment. No, what the fuck do you want to do? You know you want to be a makeup artist? Don't let nothing stop you. You do something every day to work towards what that goal is. I don't give a shit what it is. Every day, put something towards your craft.
You know, it takes a lot of support and it takes a lot of encouragement. Who influenced you and what was that like for you?
Man, my number one influence was my dad. My dad was my hero. I'm one of those weird people that had a chance to see my dad, my granddad, and my great-grandfather. So 4 generations of Sorrells men. Like, I know where I came from. I know who I am and whose I am. And then I understood the hierarchy. Like, I actually saw my dad get fussed at by his dad and his granddad. So I understood how to respect the position of the person ahead of me. And that's what gave me a clear understanding of what that meant. He talked to me every day, even after I was 18. And I feel like raising a child really starts after they become 18. Because that's when personal choice really kicks in.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember when I first told him I was doing comedy and he said, son, stick to it. Stick to it. No judgment, no none of that. No doubt. You just said, stick to it. His thing was work. Take a rest and work some more. Keep working. It's like everything you got to get is going to be built off of hard work. You're not going to get it just wanting it. You got to put some action toward it. I've had a lot of people come into my life to try and help me, but my dad is just the stuff he said just stuck with me. He always told me, son, you're going to go through this, but there's no excuse for you to fail and become self-destructive. And I had to think about that when all this shit started happening. There was a thing that you don't know that happens with the internet. We get interviews, we get emails, people want to meet with me. That shit lasted for about a year. And then it gets normal again. Some people weren't prepared for that. There was a little bit of depression that came with that. And then when my dad died in October, man, these last couple months has just been crazy. Drugs, drinking, getting fucked up, being mad, being sad about it. And then, you know, you're in a job where they send you to a comedy club with an open tab, like drink whatever the fuck you want. And I can drink, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's affecting the comedy. But personally, I'm a depressed extrovert. Like, I'm in the public, but secretly I'm battling this shit. And nobody knows. Because they, oh, you the dude with the jokes. What's up? Make me feel better.
Make me laugh. Yeah.
And my dad was my biggest supporter. Like, next to my wife, man, my dad, he filled such a big part of my life. We talked constantly, every day. He knew about all my deals, all my opportunities, all my problems. He was my counselor. He listened to me. He was my friend. So it was a lot. And my wife just she was kind of like, I took my emotions out on her when I was upset. And she dealt with it. She didn't want to deal with it, told me, fuck you. But she walked me through that, went to counseling, helped me, you know, kick the habits that I had, and she saved me from hitting completely rock bottom and destroying myself.
If you can go back in time and you can talk to your younger self, what would you say?
I wish I could have heard the shit I said today.
That would be.
I wish I could have been like, hey, bro, 2017, your dad's finna get out of here. You might want to be ready for that. But even with that, I wouldn't have understood it. To grow, to learn from this, I had to go through that. Jay Prince from Rap A Lot, he's got a quote, and he says, failure breeds more success than privilege. I said failure breeds better champions than privilege. You learn a lot more from losing than you do from winning. Marlon Wayne said the same thing to me. He said that you learn a lot more from losing than you do from winning. It's like, even when you lose, you still learn something. So you never really lose. I never forget, I was playing football. My dad was on the sideline, and this guard knocks me off my feet, hits me so hard, and my feet go up in the air. I mean, cleans he knocked all the air out of me. And so I'm laying there, face down, my chest hurts, my body hurts, and I turn my helmet to the sideline, and I see my dad. And he's not running to me. I'm like, wait, why is he not trying to help me? He sees I'm here. I'm crying because I can't. He knocked all the air out of me. They scored, we're losing. It's bad. I got dirt in my mouth. It's just a bad fucking moment. And all I could see him saying was, get your ass up. Get up. I asked him, and I said, in the car ride, I was like, Dad, why didn't you come out there when I got knocked down? He was like, hey son, I ain't gonna always be there to help you get up. You gonna have to get up. You're gonna have to pick yourself up and get up. You know what you're supposed to do.